Gary, congratulations. That's another away win for us.
Yeah, look, we spoke about the problem we've had with away form as a club and not maybe being able to grind wins out and win ugly at times. I thought it was a little bit like Norwich the second half. I thought the first half we were very controlled. I thought we passed the ball really, really well. I thought we forced them into 2 substitutions at half-time because they needed to do something different. I actually thought at first half we got into some brilliant positions but just didn't make enough of it, which was a disappointment. We of course scored a goal with Fletch. Disappointing. We then got to change it round and bring him off. He had a dead leg, which I thought he did really well up until that point. Certainly took his goal really, really well. We've had 2 or 3 other pretty good chances. They've hit the bar. We've switched off for a second and shows how dangerous they can be. But I thought for an away 45 minutes it was very, very comfortable and composed. Second half was a different game. They've made 2 changes. They've narrowed up the wide men to cause us a problem inside the pitch and they've put lots of balls in our box. And when you've got to defend the box, I thought we did it really well when Jack had to make 2 world-class saves he's made today, which shows his quality, and we've got to thank him, I think, for the 3 points. They've hit the bar once more second half, but we've also had a couple of really good chances, and we maybe had an opportunity late on, whether it was deserved or not, to put the game to bed, and we couldn't quite finish it. So skin of our teeth, we've got the 3 points. But again, you're away from home against a good place like Bristol. We've got a point in a week, and that becomes now a very, very good 4 points this week. Away at Sheffield, away at Bristol, 2 tough places to go.
I thought the first half, even off the ball, you looked comfortable when you hadn't got the ball as well as when you got it.
I thought we looked really comfortable first half. I thought we passed the ball really well. We've caused them a problem, like I said, which is why they've made the changes at half-time, and the changes work for them. It's as simple as that. Sometimes that happens. And when you're a goal up as the away team, the challenge for the players is, not to defend too deep, and we did defend too deep, and we didn't want to come out of those positions, and you can understand that because you're protecting something. And we've worked incredibly hard. We've blocked things, we've made last-ditch tackles, we've saved one on the line, and sometimes you need a little bit of that luck. But we certainly couldn't have complained if they'd have got the equaliser. But as it was, we're very, very pleased with the hard-earned 3 points.
It wasn't all one way, though, was it, second half? You were causing them problems when you broke.
Yeah, when we showed the quality on the break, we just needed to use the ball a little bit better. We gave the ball away too many times in transitions, and we looked to threat when we did make that pass. I think we had a spell 5-10 minutes into the second half where we just started to show a little bit more composure. It just didn't last long enough, and then of course we had to change it. We felt I don't really like to bring a player off that I've put on, but it just felt as though it was just getting too open. We needed to do something at that point. It was whatever we needed to do to win the game, So.
Great decision before the game to put down Fletcher in. What was you thinking about that?
Well, I mean, the main thinking, Peter Etebo and Cuco Martina pulled out about 2 minutes before naming the side yesterday, so it was a little bit of a blow for us. But I had a little think, and I felt as though we just needed 3 midfielders, and I thought you could see that second half where Fletcher's experience in there and know-how, and we just missed that when he went off. But I thought he did well when he was on the pitch. It just gave us a little bit more balance, particularly playing Sido off the left, because I thought Sido looked dangerous, and what you don't perhaps want to do away from home is play Sido and Bojan in midfield, and it just maybe leaves the game too open. So I think it worked to a certain degree, and then of course when you have to make changes, we perhaps didn't have that natural type of player. Charlie will pick passes for fun, just felt occasionally the game just started to open up late on.
Good to see Ryan Shaw cross back as well. I mean, he came on for the last 5 minutes and did a job for you.
Yeah, look, at that point, I think at one point we were bringing Mo on to give us energy on the right, and then we conceded 3 set pieces. So we thought, do we put Crouch on to edit out the box? And then we said, you know what, we might as well put Ryan on to edit out the box. And it just about did the trick. It allowed our wing-backs then to go and put a bit more pressure on wide. And it might well be that against Middlesbrough, we need Ryan's strength and power in that type of game. Who knows? But I think that certainly Bruno and I thought Tom Edwards was excellent today as well. But certainly Bruno and Ash have defended really well as a two, and we've got some good options.
I was going to say Tom Edwards, fantastic considering he hasn't played much. Super performance.
Yeah, he's a great kid. He's got bags of ability going forward. He gave us that energy going forward. First half I think he put the ball in the box for the goal. I think so, or an earlier chance. And he defended really well. He's a really dogged defender. He's a very good 1v1, and I thought he defended the back post excellently and intelligently as well. I thought there was actually some, without playing well second half, I thought there were some really good performances. I thought Joe Allen was fantastic again today. He's really coming into some form. I thought Bennett was one of the best I've seen him play in recent weeks. Sido was good, So there's lots of good performances, and yes, we had to ride our luck. But sometimes away from home, you've got to do that, and maybe we've earned it.
And finally, 4 points from 2 tricky away games. That's a great return for you.
Yeah, well, I spoke about playing away from home recently, but perhaps it helps us because the pressure's off, and you certainly saw that first half. What we've got to do now is we've got to build on that 4 points by season and winning a very, very difficult home game against Middlesbrough. Of course, we know it's going to be Tony's return, and I'm sure we'll get a warm welcome, but it's up to us to go and cause them some problems and try and win the game.